This news update is brought to you by
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update. It's Tuesday, August 12th, 2014. Good morning. I'm Carol Williams. A proposal is due to go before Cabinet to safeguard the entitlements of jobless Barbadians. That's because the 14th Actuarial Review has found that the unemployment fund could be wiped out over the next 2 to 10 years. Chairman of the Board of the National Insurance Scheme, Dr. Justin Robinson, reveals a recommendation has been made to Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayasuku to suspend the employer's contribution to the severance fund for 1 to 2 years and to inject the monies directly into the unemployment fund. According to the review, the fund paid out significantly more than it brought in, resulting in a drop in reserves of between $127.8 million and $85.4 million between 2008 and 2011. It may be a case of too little, too late. The president of the Student Guild at the Caville campus, Dominica Paris, says despite the availability of bursaries and student loans, there's still likely to be a significant drop in enrollment this academic year. Paris tells Barbados Today the 3,000 bursaries being offered by the Education Ministry and assistance from the Student Revolving Loan Fund will not be immediately available. And though he's describing the student tuition fee payment plan unveiled on the weekend by UE as a major breakthrough, Paris says some students will still be in the dark.
We're probably going to face around 50% loss in our number of students. And hopefully that number decreases, but I cannot see it becoming much better than 30% at this point. So there's going to be a significant drop-off in the number of students as the Guild for the Entitlements policy first was enacted. Definitely the voice that I'm hearing from students over the last few weeks has been that we're going to seek to have leaves of absence for either a semester or a year. Most students are thinking that they simply cannot afford these fees and that they're going to withdraw for a period.
Meantime, more help is on the way for affected students. Several members of civil society are expected to team up to form a group to lobby the Education Ministry and the university to ensure no student is left behind. Chief Organizer of the University of Independence Square, David Comejon, says they're aiming to have the committee formed at this Saturday's meeting. He's urging students who are unable to pay the fees not to lose hope.
Any of you who come September, find yourself in a situation where you really should be sitting in a classroom at Cave, but you are sitting at home for the simple reason that you come from a poor family, you do not have the money to pay. We will represent you because we are not prepared to have a Barbados in which that happens.
On to other news now. 2 wanted men have turned themselves over to police even as they search for another. Lawmen say 20-year-old Romario Antonio Clark of Garden Land, Country Road, St. Michael, and 18-year-old Rashane Anil Benman of Fitz Village, St. James, are now in custody. Both men presented themselves to police in the company of their attorneys yesterday and are said to be assisting with an ongoing investigation. Meantime, a 24-year-old St. Michael man is now being sought by lawmen. Police say Kemal Yard, also known as Mali, is wanted in connection with a serious criminal matter. The First Avenue Long Gap Spooners Hill resident is described as armed and dangerous. He's been asked to present himself to the police accompanied by an attorney or a family member. Yard is about 5 feet 6 inches tall, has a slim build, brown complexion, and small lips and small brown eyes. Any person who knows his whereabouts should contact the police emergency 211, the nearest police station, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
Over now to Dominica, where 4 policemen have been arrested after a man died in custody last Tuesday. The 40-year-old victim was arrested a day earlier on suspicion of having a quantity of ammunition in his possession. Eyewitnesses say he was severely beaten after his arrest, and they suggest this may have caused his death. Police Commissioner John Carbon has assured Dominicans there won't be any cover-up and that justice will be swift. And on the international scene, a U.S. federal judge has extended a moratorium on executions in Ohio until next year, January. The decision by Judge Gregory Frost comes amid concerns over the combination of drugs to be used to carry out the death penalty. The U.S. state has been struggling to obtain a drug previously used for lethal injections, with the makers of the drug refusing to allow its application in executions. A previous moratorium on executions in Ohio was scheduled to expire this week. And that brings us to the end of our 7 a.m. Barbados Today update. We'll be back again at noon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or better yet, like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you for the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by